Hey guys, welcome to the All Sports Pass Podcast North. My name is Eli, I'm your host, and welcome back to another video. And we're doing the Week 9 high school football review and the Week 10 preview. And I have to say, before we get into this, two things. One, you already know I got to start off with the verse of the day. And today's verse comes from Psalm 27:4, and it says, "One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple." And also the other thing is this, is that I'm really sorry that I did not upload this over the last few days. So I'm just so sorry. I've just been tired, just to say that. So yeah, but hey, I'm here now, so we're good. We're good. Okay. Hey, you behind the camera? Are we good? Sorry, I couldn't resist. All right. All right. Leave a like, subscribe for more high school football content. Without further ado, let's begin. So, week 9, I didn't have much games scheduled this week. I only had like 3, but here's one here. Austin East at Pigeon Forge, and I did say this, that and also I think I might have said this on a prediction video. I might have said this on last week. Like, here's the thing, guys. I rarely go back and watch my own videos, just FYI. But however, I honestly think I said that this could be a team that Austin East could win against, and I was right. And I do think that, of course, it is interesting, as Austin East did get their first win, and so this will help them, as, of course, they have to play 2 region games, but we'll get to that here in a minute. So, yeah, Austin East gets their first win of the season. Then Gibbs versus Morristown East, and I have to say, this is an improvement off of last season, where they only won by 7. They end up winning by, hold on, gotta do the math real quick, 31. Sorry, guys. Yes, I know I can appear stupid sometimes. However, they won by 31, and I have to say, I want to give a shout out to Gibbs outside linebacker Chase Norman. He had 3 interceptions in this game, and he won Pella Player of the Week for it. And no, Pella is not a sponsor of All Sports Pass Podcast. It's just the name of the award. But it was impressive. And now we're going to get to Gibbs here in a minute. So stay tuned on that. All right, then we have Central versus Powell. And I have to say, I honestly think that that Powell winning was probably the most expected here. Because Powell is a powerhouse in 5A. And just now, Central and Heritage, the game against Heritage is going to be Heritage's last. The game where Heritage plays Central is going to be Heritage's last region game. So really, unless something happens, Heritage is pretty much out the playoffs if they lose their next game. But it's going to be interesting to see. But we'll get to that game here in a minute. But for Powell, pretty much, I think you can honestly tell that they pretty much going to win the region unless West gets by them. And so we'll take a look, and what will happen, and I think I'll actually be covering that game here in next week. So I'm gonna save my talk about that for next week. Here's some other scores that aren't covered by schools that aren't covered by All Sports Pass Podcast. We have Cosby 27, Cloudland 26. McMinn Central gets the win 41-17 over Kingston. Alcoa wins 56-14 over Scott. And also some breaking news. I know I said Alcoa, just give them the title already. They might win the title this year, but it would be their last one in 3A, because they made the announcement that they're moving up to 4A. And it's going to see what can happen with Alcoa. But hey, everything's going to be interesting now. And now, starting next year, the 3A title's up for grabs. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I will say that. And then Cherokee gets to win 45-7 over Sullivan East. Oneida gets to win 31-6 over Greenback. Tennessee High School wins 48-6 over Cott County. And This game here is an upset. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't cover either of these two. I just thought I'd put it in here because this is interesting to me. This was an upset win, and Johnson County 14, Gallenberg Pittman 20. I'm sorry, 7. Sorry, let's rewind. Gallenberg Pittman lost 7-14 to Johnson County, and let me see their region real quick. I don't keep up with Gallenberg Pittman that much because like I say, I don't cover them, and so it's gonna be Just hold on a second. I'm just trying to find the ranking here. Okay, I'm at the wrong area. Okay, so they're second in the region. Yep, Johnson County's undefeated. So of course, I'd have to really study this region a little more for me to really tell y'all what can happen. But I think let me just take a look at Johnson County real quick. Johnson County's 8-0, and they have only one region game left. So I think and it's against Unicoi County. So yeah, so I think this is pretty much a region championship. That's just me though. But GP I think has two more teams to play, and let me try to see. All right, so they're both region games. So for GP, if they want to win the region championship, I think they're gonna have to have a Unicoi County win over Johnson County, and then they'd have to beat Pigeon Forge and Chucky Doak in order to win. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. All right, then Elizabethton gets the win 42-0 over Volunteer, and we're going to head on to Week 10. And as we head on to Week 10, I will say this, that it feels just like yesterday that I was making the Week 1 preview. Man, it's just interesting how time flies when high school football comes around, Yeah, but hey, I'm not stopping the record button on football season yet, because like I say, no, I'm still covering the Vols part-time, and also, I forgot to mention this on the last Vols video that while there is no game this week, the next game that will be covered for the Vols is actually being covered on the All Sports Pass West channel, which I will put in the description down below if you want to go check that out. West channel actually covers the west side of the county that me and him are in. So yeah, so just thought I'd let you know there. All right, let's get into it. This one here. So, this one here we have Union County at Austin East, and this is a playoff game here, pretty much playoff implication. I'm sorry, not playoff implication. Sorry, what am I saying? Really, since it's a 5-team region, Union County with that win over Scott is pretty much guaranteed to be in the playoffs. And with Austin East being And I'm just going to say this, that Union County is the weaker team here, because they got their first win of the season against Scott, but here's the thing. That was Union County's first win of the season, and it was only by 1 point. So, yeah. But I got Austin East winning this one. I got Austin East winning, and then, of course, we'll talk more about Austin East next week. But I got Austin East winning. All right, then we got West at Halls, and I have to say, while West was able to pull up an upset against Anderson County, I will say this is going to be interesting. I'm going to be honest, this Halls team is not as strong as I thought they were from last season. And I'm going to say that this West team isn't as strong as they were the past 2 seasons. And why I say the past 2 seasons is because they won the 5A championship 2 years in a row. And I just think that I don't think location matters at this point. I think West is going to win this one. That's just me. And, so I'm going to give this one the West. All right, then we got Powell at McMinn County. And I'm going to be honest here. I think Powell's going to win this one. And personally, like I say, I don't cover McMinn County. So just bear with me, guys. Hey, let me be honest. I'm going to be honest here. Like, for some of these here, I think the more tougher games are for me when I cover, like, teams playing teams that I don't cover. That's the issue. But I do think that let me pull up McMinn County real quick. They're 5-4, and they actually beat Powell last season, and yeah, so they beat Powell last season, but it was not by. Oh no, sorry, no, excuse me, sorry. They beat Oak Ridge last season. Sorry. Now speaking of Oak Ridge, they're actually moving up to 6A and starting in 2025, so that's gonna be interesting for them. Um, and so they lost to Powell 28-14 last season. And I'm gonna say this: they're 5-4 right now, and unfortunately, I just do not think that McMinn County. I just don't think McMinn County can pull it off. I'm gonna give this one to Powell. All right, then we have Heritage Central. This is the game that I've been talking about. And this honestly was a contender for. This was a possible contender for the game of the week. And I'm going to be honest. The way I have it lined up is actually no. Game of the week is the first game that I picked. And the second slide is the second one that I thought would be a game of the week that I would pick. And then a third option is, of course, this one. Let me tell you this. This game was on Rivalry Thursday last season, and I will say this. Heritage was about to put up one last fight, but unfortunately, the ball was not, it wasn't caught. It was an incomplete pass, but here's the pain of it. It was at the 1 yard line, wide open, and pass wasn't caught, and that ended Heritage's season. And so I do think that, of course, sorry, not season, playoff hopes, excuse me. Hey, I've had a rough week. Cut me some slack. Just cutting off their playoff hopes for last season. But hey, it's going to be interesting to see what happens now, because personally, I honestly think that it can be a close game again, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So yeah, so I'm going to give this one here toss up. That's what I'm going to say. All right, and then this was the second one here. Carter at Fulton. And the reason why I say this is because, and believe it or not, the game of the week could also be determined by the result of this game here. And let's just say this here. Carter at Fulton. And so this game is likely for the third seed in 4A Region 2. It's likely for the third seed. And I think if Carter won against Fulton the last two seasons, but this Falcons team has been better than I honestly expected. So I'm going to be honest here. Here's what I'm going to say to this, that Carter, I think they're going to have to play some good defense. They're going to have to stop Fulton's receiving squad, and I think they're going to have to score some more points. They're going to have to score a lot of points this game. So I expect a lot of points scored in this game between Carter and Fulton. And yeah, but here's what I'm going to say. Another toss-up. All right, now, y'all know what time it is. Time for the game of the week. Drum roll, please. Anderson County at Gibbs. And here's the reason why I chose this one. Now, I think that last season, Anderson County won 55-6 over Gibbs. But, however, I think Gibbs was missing a few things. I said, oh, how rude of me. I forgot. We actually have a segment sponsor for Carter. Hold on. Bigs Only. It's an apparel brand, and you can go on their website. It's right here, bigsonly.com. And yeah. And now for the Gibbs segment, thank you to PJ's Barbershop for sponsoring. They're located on 3544 Neal Drive, Suite 101, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37918. Call Pam at 865-548-0749. Schedule an appointment. Call Jackie at 865-243-5291. Schedule an appointment. And I just realized something. You can actually text them both, but for some reason I did not put text. So I'm so sorry, Pam and Jackie, that I did not put text there. I honestly did not think that. So I kind of feel bad that this has been up for 8 weeks and And I kind of feel like that now. Now people just saying that calling them is the only way to contact them. Hey, y'all can text too, okay? Yeah, and then we have Sierra Lynn Photography. If you want a photo shoot session, DM Sierra on Instagram at either of these accounts. Here's the first one, Sierra_343, or SierraLynn.photos on Instagram to schedule a session. Thank you all for your continued support of All Sports Pass podcast. So basically, this game here, I'm going to say this, that last year Gibbs did not have, now of course, while they had Boone Brockwell, just a lot of things went wrong on the offense. Just too many mistakes led to Anderson County scoring, and it was 55-0 heading into the half. But let me tell you this. This Gibbs team now, I think they got the guys they need. And now it's going to be interesting to see what Anderson County does, because Anderson County has shown that, I'm sorry, not Anderson County has shown. Anderson County, they're known for running over defenses, but for Gibbs, I think, they got some big guys up front. Now, I think the thing you got to do is, for Gibbs, you got to just stop their offense. That's what you got to do, and you got to get by their defense. And I think Gibbs has the tools to do it, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting because I can see this game going both ways, a win and a loss for both teams. So here's what I'm going to do. Third time in a row, toss up. That's what I think. And yeah, all right. Sorry, guys, for y'all tonight. If y'all like this video, give it a like, subscribe for more high school football content. Keep in mind these are my predictions, and keep in mind that I'm still learning as well. And I'm sorry this video was kind of put up last minute. I've just been a bit busy this week, so yeah, I'm so sorry. But hey, yeah. That being said, peace out. God bless, and good night.